Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through how to do task 2. Just like before, you're going to do step 1, you're going to fill out this box, then you'll go down. So you have an introduction, so read this. It talks about this woman, Henrietta Lacks. There's an optional video if it helps you to learn by watching videos and listening to things. You can watch that, but it's optional. Here's the task overview. So it's 2 parts. The first part is about the scientific method. So you'll read a 6-step process, then you'll answer questions about the scientific method. Then in part 2, it's all about scientists of color. You will read about important Black and brown scientists, and then you will answer questions about them. So here's part 1. I have directions right here. You're going to read this short text about scientific inquiry. Then I have this example scenario that's going to help you identify the 6 steps in the scientific method. So maybe you were in class when we talked about this. There are 6 steps to what we call the scientific method. It's just 6 steps that scientists use to run experiments or to solve problems or to answer questions. So this is the example scenario, and then it goes step by step, showing you an example of each step in the scientific method. Again, there's an optional video about this, so if it's helpful for you to learn, not just by reading, but by also watching a video, I would recommend that, especially if you weren't in class when we talked about the scientific method. The video might be helpful. Then you have some questions. These questions are directly in the text above. That means that you can find the answers in the text. So for example, what is a theory that is accepted as true? I'm going to go back to my text up here. I'm going to read through. Okay, here's a theory. So what is a theory that is accepted as true? Oh, I found it. When a theory is tested many times and is accepted as true, it's called a law. So then I'll go back down to the question and I'll type in my answer. A theory that is accepted as true is a law. So you'll repeat that for all of these questions, I think. And then this one, you'll list the steps of the scientific method. Those are in those boxes up there. There's 10 questions. Then you're done with part 1. Part 2, you're going to read about scientists of color. There are 4 of them, and I have these short biographies right here. So just read those, and then you're going to answer some reflection questions. So the first, have you heard of these scientists? You can tell me yes or no. Tell me the name of the one that you've heard of. Then choose a scientist that's new to you and tell me why they were influential. Then reflect on why it's important to learn about scientists of color. Why do you think that's important? So that's task 2. Let me know if you have questions.